Today, another veggie recipe, and this one is a real delight. So as you probably have seen already, I've done a few risotto recipes, and this one is absolutely delicious because it is butternut squash risotto, and we're going to add some tender stem broccoli just to give that a little bit of extra texture, and also more veg is great, isn't it? As with all my Ninja Foodi recipes, it is super easy to follow and really easy to make. So it can be made quickly in the week, or it's really nice even as a dinner party dish, this one. I think it's a little bit special. Really enjoy making this and eating this. You can even make this vegan if you need to. There's a few swaps you'd need to make, but fully veggie, super delicious. I know you're going to enjoy it. So hit the like button for me. And don't forget to subscribe as well if you're new here. My name is Susannah and we make everything using the Ninja Foodi. It's an incredible machine and so are these recipes. So follow me and let's go and make this gorgeous risotto. So with my risotto, I'm going to make it in the same way that I have done before. But my first step is going to be to cook my butternut squash. Now, of course, you can use a completely fresh butternut squash, chop that up yourself, absolutely no problem whatsoever. But I'm actually going to be using these chunks here that I've got from Tesco's, and these were in the frozen section, and these are just ideal to grab from your freezer, plus you haven't got all of that chopping because a butternut squash is extremely firm and hard to chop up. So I'm going to keep this part really simple. Let's get those in the air fryer basket. And that bag, just so you know, is 500 grams. There is a fair amount there. I'm going to put a little bit of spray oil just over the top and in the basket, just because it can help it to hopefully not stick too much. And then my herb of choice is thyme. You can use whatever herb you want in this recipe. I quite like thyme with butternut squash. Marjoram is nice. Rosemary works well, but I'm not such a lover with rosemary with a risotto, but you do whatever you want to do. So I'm just going to give that a little sprinkle over the top. You could just use some mixed herbs, to be honest. Oh, I've just noticed on this one, I've got a little seed there. I don't know if that's going to come off or not. We'll grab that later. The last thing is just to add a little bit of seasoning. So some salt. I've got new salt and pepper grinders, by the way. I got these off of Amazon. Really like them so far. Really good. Now I'm going to put this onto bake. Or should I do air fry? I don't think it really matters. You do whatever you want to do. Let's go air fry today, shall we? Because this is a steam air fry meal, so let's air fry those. Power up the Ninja. Get it onto air fry. I'm going to lower the temperature because they're frozen. They've got to sort of defrost first and then start cooking, really. So I'm going to go 180. I think these could take probably up to half an hour, but we're going to keep an eye on it and I'll let you know. So to go alongside my risotto, I'm going to cook some tender stem broccoli. I couldn't really think of a great way of doing these at the same time because I think they would be overcooked if you put them in with the risotto. So you don't have to cook everything in the Ninja. I know we like to use it for a full recipe, but for me, there's no reason why I can't just put these on the hob. If that's not your thing and you want to cook just one dish, then maybe you could add something else extra into this. It's up to you, really. But I'm going to cook these on the hob. Then I'm going to add some lemon, some extra virgin olive oil, just a little drizzle, and some salt and pepper, and make these taste really amazing. And I think the combination of that, I do like to have something green with my dinner. With the butternut squash risotto, it's going to be really nice. So it seemed like a lot when I put them in there, but as you can see, they really do shrink, don't they? So I'm doing this for 2 people, so all the ingredients will be for 2 people. If you obviously are cooking it for more, then you would use more butternut squash, but you can always double this up so you've got, enough for 4 people. But in here, we've got some soft bits, we've got some crunchy bits, and that is exactly how I like mine. Obviously, if you don't want them to be as crunchy and cooked as that, then just do them a little bit less. But they're lovely and soft in the middle. So that was half an hour on 180, and they look really good to me. So I'm going to remove those now. I'm just going to literally take the whole basket out. I'm really not worried about anything that's in the bottom there. That doesn't matter. So just stop the air fry mode, and now we can start putting everything in for our risotto. I'm just boiling a kettle for the stock, and if you do this and you use hot stock, it does make it a little bit quicker to build up that steam when you're using the steam air fry function. So you're gonna need 900 milliliters of stock. So as I said, boiling water going in. I use the stock pot, so I really like those. Arborio rice, that was 200 grams. Now I want to add my herb. So I am going with 2, oh yeah, great, that fits in. 2 teaspoons of thyme. You want around half a teaspoon of salt and around a quarter of a teaspoon roughly of black pepper. I'm going to opt for a teaspoon of garlic granules. And whenever I'm using any of this, you can always use fresh. You can use fresh garlic, fresh herbs, it's up to you. I quite like relying on my store cupboard ingredients because it just gives me less things to buy for recipes, and you know, cost is so expensive right now, isn't it, in the supermarkets? And this recipe really is this simple, because now all we do is pour over 900 milliliters of stock. That can be chicken or vegetable, by the way. And now we're just going to let the Ninja do the work for us, which is why I love making a risotto in my Ninja. It's amazing. So let's get the lid down. And we want steam air fry. There you go. I always cook my risotto on 200, and I have tried and tested this several times, and I find 17 minutes is perfect for how we like it. So that's what I'm doing again. Remember, you're going to have this come up on the screens if you've not used this before. Pre is preheating. It's not pressure, it's preheating, and your valve up above, it doesn't matter what that's doing, it's for pressure cooking only. I get that asked loads of times, so just want to clarify that. Don't worry about that. You're just literally focusing here, and this is all you need to be doing, and just let the Ninja do it for you. Now that that has finished cooking, I like to add some butter, so it's really up to you how much you add. Round a sort of tablespoon like that is nice. And then again, it's up to you really with your parmesan. You can do anything from, you know, 3, 4, sometimes I do 6 tablespoons. It depends how cheesy you like it. I think that looks good. Let's go with roughly that. Right, let's give you a little close up there. All I do now is just mix that through, and it really changes that texture, makes it, you know, more like a risotto where it becomes sticky and oozy and gooey. And then I just close the lid and just leave that to melt. Meanwhile, I've drained my broccoli, and I'm just going to cut up a lemon. Let's get some juice out of this lemon and give this a little dressing just to make it taste really nice. Okay, doesn't need to be a lot, maybe a little bit more than what I've just done. There you go. And then a little splash of extra virgin olive oil, and I'm also going to put in some black pepper and some salt. Just give that a little swirl around, and then we can just coat that broccoli. And that's going to make that taste absolutely delicious. Oh, brilliant. Look how oozy. Oh, you can see the cheese is sort of stringy in there, you know. It's making it just the texture that you want. Oh, I can't resist a little taste. Yeah, that's really good. Now what you can do with some of the softer bits of butternut squash, you can kind of mush it up and put it in. This is up to you. You can just top it totally with the butternut squash. You can mush up these bits just with my hands. I mean, look, I'm just making a mess really, aren't I? But it's a quick and easy way of doing it. And then you can save some of the crispy bits for the topping. Yum, yum, yum. It smells really, really amazing, by the way. Licking my fingers as I go. Bit naughty, isn't it? So yeah, look, some of it you can just literally stir it through. Oh, this looks so nice. I'm going to add a little bit more, and then I'm just going to save a few bits for my top. Okay, it's my plate that's ready to go. Let's get some of this delicious risotto on the plate. Oh yes, this looks amazing. Look at this. Oh, yum. This is going to be so good. I just know it. Now we can add our extra crispy pieces of butternut squash over the top, and then also add on our lovely, delicious tender stem broccoli. Look at that for a veggie dinner. That is so delicious. You're not going to miss the meat. I know I'm not. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to go and eat this now. I hope you give it a try and give me a like, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.